I hit 1 million followers on Instagram, and it's not what I thought it would be. And I want to share with you guys some different insights regarding your followers in relation to women and attraction, how that correlates into business, money, branding, lifestyle, because it's really not what I thought it was. I want to share with you guys a couple different concepts in this thing. But the very first thing is what I thought was, if I hit 1 million followers, I'm just going to have fans running around adoring me all the time, people blowing up my phone, women flooding my inbox, wanting my validation, chasing after me. It's none of those things, guys. I could tell you, I just hit it, but like I've been at like over 200K for a year. And over the last year, it's really gone from 200. I had a period in August of extreme virality where it went from 200 to like 700K in a matter of like 200, in a matter of like 2 weeks or so. I'll throw an image up right here. You can actually see the graph of like, my account was actually going up 30, 40, 50, 60K followers a day at one point, which is insane. But the growth was insane, but it was not really that insane in relation to women or other people, especially here in Miami. It's really not a big deal. If you put me in like a really small town, like not a major city, I guess it would be more of a big deal. People would talk, but the only people that really talk about those things or care about those things are the really, I don't want to say low level people, but it's people that don't have any of those things. And I was that guy, which is why I thought it would be such a big deal. Maybe it's not a big deal out here in Miami because like the people that I know that are around here and stuff, like it doesn't mean anything. Ask anybody who has hundreds of thousands of followers, like it doesn't mean anything. I guess it's cool when you first hit it. When you first break like 10K, it's exciting. When you first break 100K, it's exciting. When you break 500K, it's exciting. By the time I broke 900K, I stopped caring so much. Like I was actually chasing the validation of getting the followers and stuff. Like there was a period when my account was so viral, I was like constantly refreshing my views, my followers, getting so excited about these things. Like I got lost in it for a little bit because it was the biggest dopamine spike as you could imagine. Like the rate of growth was just absolutely insane. But after going through that process and getting over it and realizing your life didn't actually change at all, and it didn't even equate to more money, which I'll get to in a minute. It did change one thing, which I want to share with you guys at the end of the video, which was not what I expected it to be, but it did change a couple different elements, but it's not the things I thought it would be. And I'm telling you guys this because we all chase the likes, the views, the women in the DMs. We think we're cooler than our friends because we're getting more engagement in our posts. It's kind of sad, honestly. It's kind of sad. And the thing is, like, I can't explain it until you go through it. Like getting women and doing pickup and being able to like do those things, I can't explain it to you if you've never lived it. Living in the penthouse in Miami, driving the Lamborghini, rocking the Rolex, I can't explain those things and why they're not that important until you accomplish some of them. To then realize it's nothing. Like I gave back the fucking Lambo. I don't even have the Lambo anymore. I gave it away. So it's not what I thought it would be in that sense. It's also not what I thought it would be in terms of money. I was actually making more money a year ago. I actually made more money back a year, last May in 2023. I had a record month and I had 175K following. But I was blasting long form content. I was more focused on value and depth in my content. I was not focused on how many views am I getting? How many followers am I gaining per day? What do I have to do to go viral to get more eyeballs on me? And this is the sad game. I mean, fortunately enough for me, I had already made money off of long form content. Like I got into my brand through long form content before like the TikTok era blew up. And then everybody, I think, comes into the game now wanting views, reach. And what I've learned over this process is like, views doesn't equal money. Followers doesn't equal money. There's people with much bigger followings that make jack shit. There's people with really small followings who make a lot of money. But it's not until you get into this game that you start to realize these things. I would much rather influence people, and the way to influence people and impact lives for the betterment of humanity is by really putting out, in my opinion, it's depth. It's a long form value. Reach just means you're holding their attention for a minute, and that's typically done through entertainment. and I don't want to bore you with all the algorithm type details in this video, but just understand, like, I could plot out today and hit 1 million views on a video, and it wouldn't really impact my business or my money. It would just get a lot of eyeballs on me. And the higher the view counts go, the wider the reach goes around the world. And as a result of that, the less targeted the audience is. Don't be so caught up in hitting an insane amount of views initially. If you think that that's gonna make you more money or make you famous, it doesn't mean shit. Same thing with TikTok, dude. I heard Alex Hormozy saying he has more views on TikTok than any other platform, but it only makes up, I think, 5% of his website traffic. And he has less views on Instagram, and that's doing like 70% and 60, 70, and YouTube's also right up there too. So views doesn't equal money. It doesn't equal women. Doesn't even equal influence. And it doesn't equal fame. That's the thing. Like, I thought when I was getting insane views, people would actually like come up and treat me like a celebrity. You know what was happening when I was getting insane views? Dude, people were laughing at me. Straight up. Because the videos that went so viral, people start to categorize you just for that one element, and they don't actually, like, they think you're like some funny dude. They don't realize, like, I'm actually putting in this work daily to try to impact thousands of men's lives for the better. I'm not just like some entertainer dude, right? Like, but one of my biggest videos that went viral was like this social challenge. Have to go out and start out by just saying good mornings to people. That video went insanely viral. You know what happened after? Had people screaming at me from the other side of the street, "Good morning!" "Good morning!" That's that good morning guy, right? I was like, damn, that's what it's like. But you know what's funny though, is if I actually just put out consistent videos that are more based around depth and value and what impacted my life and how it can change your life, it won't be as many people, but I'll have some people that come up and say, "Kyle, your content has changed my life, and I'm so appreciative of that, man. And I learned this, and this." And then he'll explain one concept to me. I'm like, "Oh, dude, he gets it. And we have this moment of like this deep connection that I understand, like that concept hit him on a deep level, and it did impact his life because that massively changed my life." And that's the best feeling. It's not getting acknowledged by people. All of these celebrities, I don't praise any of them. I'm not jealous of any of them. I'm not envious of any of them. I don't even think they're fucking cool, man. The higher up I go, the more I see these other people around me. I promise you guys, most of those dudes that you look up to, that are up top, they're not cool. They're not cool. They seek heavy validation. They never had to put in consistent, uncomfortable action. A lot of them, I'm generalizing here, but a lot of these dudes, they're not that cool. They have a lot of bad habits. They're chasing a lot of validation, and they have not healed or put in uncomfortable action for a long period of time. They don't have actual admirable qualities. They were a tiny sample size who were genetically lucky or got blessed. Some of them put in work. I'm not knocking everybody here. I understand some of them put in work, but just understand, like, majority of people at the top, they're not that cool. They're not that authentic. They're not what you think they are, and their lives are not that special. And if you had those things, you would probably see things differently. And I'm not saying I've lived it all, done it all, seen it all. I'm just saying, like, a lot of this shit is not what I thought it would be. I don't regret any of it. I think it's a necessary step. And like I said, if you haven't gotten success with women, if you haven't gotten into a deep relationship, if you haven't built a successful business, if you haven't amassed a following or like got some of the material items that maybe you're drawn to, you should explore those things, bro. Because if you, just like women, I say this on other videos too, like if you haven't explored and acquired some of the things you're drawn to, you may just live the rest of your life wondering what if. I'm not saying you need to just go ham for the rest of your life on those things, but you may find yourself forever craving some of those things because you never really accomplished them. And I don't even know if that's true. I'm just speaking from my own life, but I've noticed that when I go through these things, it's like I accomplish them and then I realize it was never what I thought it would be on the way to the thing. But at least I acquired it for myself, and I know that, hey, that was something I was always drawn to. And even though I got it now, it's not all of that, but I did. And I could kind of like check that off and I move on to more more deep things, because the character I created in the process to acquire that thing was really what it was about. Same thing with the following. Like, I finally hit the million. My account slowed down because I stopped posting the viral content around 900K. And then it carried me probably up to about 940, 950K. And then the last 50K has been a very slow grind over the last like maybe 2 months. I've actually enjoyed this process more than I did when I was going hyper viral, because at least I know I'm putting out the content that genuinely impacted my life and that will help other people. And that's what makes me feel fulfilled, is putting out the content I know that will really impact the people, that aligns with my brand and my core philosophies. Right? So it's not about the women. You won't even get the women from it. And if you do, you're putting the shit out for the wrong reasons, and you're not actually helping people. You're doing it so you can attract masses of women. For what though? I would ask you, like, what do you genuinely want that for? Is it to make yourself feel cooler? Is it because you didn't get enough women yet? Is it because you're drawn to it? If that is, go explore it, dude. I'm not knocking it. I'm saying go get it. Go get it. But what you may find when you get these things is that it's not what you thought it would be. Some of it might be, though. That's why you need to go explore these things. That was my experience when it came to money, fame, women, and I'm still on the process. I'm not trying to say, like, by any means I am done. I'm loving the way that my brand is kind of evolving and positioning as I test and put out more content and evolve myself as a man. But I wanted to share this with you guys, because there is a balance to getting more reach, growing a brand, getting the followers, while still putting out content that can positively impact the world. So you can build a business, you can build a brand. Women will be drawn to those things. The last thing I wanted to share with you guys is that if it doesn't impact money instantly, or women instantly, or fame instantly, what it does do though, getting the following, it impacts the brand, because your image and your followers does equal your brand, the things you put into your content. And I'm not gonna lie, when I meet people, it's not like they're fanboys, but I promise you, it does at least command some level of respect initially. It does for sure. You can't knock it. Like when I got that one M at my name, when you go to add me on my profile and you're at a lower level, it definitely commands some level of respect. It's not gonna turn you into a fanboy. Doesn't mean you're gonna praise me, but if you look at the profile and you do see the Lambo and you see the physique and you see some of these other elements and the follower count, like, it does something. I'm not saying it doesn't instantly pedestalize me or praise me, but it does command a certain level of acknowledgement, if nothing else. So it can help in some extent. I'm just explaining to you guys, it's not the things I thought it was by any means. All right. If you guys want help growing your own brand, your communication, so you can put out more content, get on camera, become more confident in your own life, being able to voice yourself freely, right? The content I have to put out, I have to be able to talk about myself, my insecurities, the experiences I've gone through, to put out more value back to the world. That takes confidence, that takes experience, that takes structure, discipline, mindset. If you want help with these things in your own life, or even to just level up your dating life, social confidence, click the button down below. Check out my brand new program. That's all for this video, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace out. See you tomorrow.